Hey everyone, this is Unit 8. This is for Wednesday, May 6th, 2020, and this is our part 1 of 3 parts. Once again, there's my email or the class. You can reach me on WhatsApp. The things I want to cover today, our objectives, is the first thing we're going to do is your workbook, pages 92 and 93. We're going to look at conjunctions using and, or, and but. And then we're going to practice answering questions. We're going to talk about things that are similar and things that are different and talking about choices. So the first thing you need to do is page 92 and 93 in your workbook. If you haven't done them, go ahead and stop the video right now. Complete those 2 pages and then come back and we will go over them together. So that's our first thing we're going to cover. So it's in the workbook, the white book that we use for homework, okay? So go ahead and stop the video, do those, and come back. All right, so hopefully you stopped the video and you completed the pages 92 and 93 in the workbook. So let's cover them together. Let's start with part 1 on page 92. All right, so let's see here. Let's talk about, okay, so number 1, the answer is given to you and it's C, right? So let's look at number 2. What did you take to the party? So since it says what did you take to the party, we know we're looking for an item. So we're going to look at, we took it to a party. So that's going to be answer E. I took a cake to the party. So cake is your item, and it's going back talking about going to the party. So your answer is E. All right. So number 3 says, what did Crystal do after breakfast? So what did she do? So we know we're looking for some kind of action or activity, and we probably we know we're looking for a girl. So she cleaned the house. So the activity is clean the house, and she is Crystal. So our answer to that one is going to be B. Okay. Let's look at number 4. Where did your parents meet? It says where, so we know it's a place. And since it's parents, 2 people, we're probably going to be looking for they. So the answer is going to be G. They met at school. So you have they, and the place they met was school. So answer is G. Number 5. What did they do after they came to the United States? So what did they do? So we know we're looking for an activity, and we're still looking for they. So the activity is worked at restaurants, and they, so answer is A. They worked at restaurants. So that's an activity and talking about they. What did John pick up at your house? So what, this time we're looking for an item, right? And John, so we're probably looking for he. So D, he picked up a uniform. Okay. Number 7, last one. Where did you and Andy go this morning? So where, we're looking for a place. And then when it says you and Andy, we're probably looking for we. So we went to the beach. So there's the we, and the place is the beach. So the answer is F. Okay. So there's your answers through 1 through 7 on part 1. Go ahead and make any corrections. You can stop the video if you need to. And let's move on down to part 2. I'm going to go ahead and erase these. And then we can start with number 1. So what did you do? Because we're looking for an action. Did you do? We're looking for an activity. I worked the night shift. Number 2. Did you go after work? I went out for breakfast. So that's going to be a place. So we're going to be asking the question, where? Okay. Number 3. Did Max do after breakfast? Did Max do is going to be an activity. So that's what? He took the bus to school. 4. Blank did Sheila do at work this morning? Did Sheila do is an activity. So it's what did Sheila do at work this morning? She made the beds with new linens. Number 5. Did you and your family eat dinner last night? We ate at Tony's Pizzeria. So that's a place. So we're going to be asking where. Where did you and your family eat dinner last night? We ate at Tony's Pizzeria. Number 6 says, did Sheila and Max do last weekend? Sheila and Max do, that's an activity. We're asking what? Did Sheila and Max do last weekend? They went to the park for a picnic. And number 7 says, blank did you do after the concert? Did you do is an activity again, so we're asking what? Did you do after the concert? We went for coffee. Last one, number 8. Did Max go last Sunday? So go is to a place, so that's going to be asking where. Right? Where did Max go last Sunday? He went to the baseball game. Okay, so there's your answers for part 2. Once again, make any needed corrections. If you have any questions, you know you can always email or send on WhatsApp. Okay, and then we're going to move on to page 93. Okay, on page 93 we have, it looks like a list of things that the person Mai and the person George or Jorge did during the day. So like Mai, she met new patients in the reception area at 9. Jorge did the same thing. It looks like at 9:30 she took the patient to the room 304 while Jorge picked up x-rays and then he delivered x-rays. So that, you know, their schedule changes a little bit and then they have the same lunch at 12:30. So the first question is number 1. And it's asking what, right? Did Mai and George do at 9 o'clock? So when it says do, that's an activity, so we know we're going to use what? The answer is they met new patients in the reception area. Right? So what did they do? They met new patients in the reception area. Let's go to number 2. Did Mai take her new patient? That's going to be a place, so we're asking where. And she took her patient to the lab. Because we can, not lab. Right? So we can look back up there and see that's what she did at 9:30. Okay, so number 3 says, did George do? So if it says do, we're talking about activity, so we're asking what did George do at 9:30? He picked up x-rays from the lab. Okay? And number 4, what did Mai and George do after 9:30? What did Mai and George do? That's an activity, so we're asking what? And so at that time, Mai made a bed. And Jorge or George delivered x-rays to the doctors. Right? Okay, so there's your answers through 1 through 4. Go ahead and make any corrections. Stop the video if you need to, because I'm going to be erasing this so that we have room for the rest on this screen. Okay? Let's start with number 5 up here. And 5 says, did George go at? Did George go? That's going to be a place, so we're going to use where. And where did George go at 10 o'clock? He went to room 310, right? Number 6, did George do in room 310? Do is going to be an activity, so we're asking what did George do at 10? Oh, did George do in room 310? What did he do there? He helped a patient, right? Okay, 7. Okay, did my do at 10 o'clock? Did my do, that's an activity, so we're asking what? And did she do at 10 o'clock? She took patients from the lab to their rooms. Okay, so what did my do? At 10 o'clock, she took patients from the lab to their rooms. Okay, we're going to... Let's go down here to number 8. Did my go after that go? So that's going to be a place. She went to the 4th floor. Okay? So where did my go after that? She went to the 4th floor. Okay, picking up with number 9. Did George do at 11:30? Do? That's an activity. We're asking what? He prepared rooms on the 2nd floor. Okay, so there's your answers through 5 through 9. Once again, if you need to, you can. You're welcome to stop the video and make any corrections that you need to. We are now almost done. I'm going to go ahead and play the QR reader, and it's going to read this after. Let's see here. You can also do this with your QR reader. So you can hear it here or at home on your phone. Whoop. Let's try this again. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Make sure the volume's up also.
Page 93, exercise 3, track 28. 1. What did Mai and George do at 9 o'clock?
They met new patients in the reception area.
2.
Where did Mai take her patient at 9:30?
She took her patient to the lab. 3.
What did George do at 9:30? He picked up x-rays from the lab.
4. What did Mai and George do after 9:30?
Mai made the bed in room 304, and George delivered x-rays to the doctors.
5.
Where did George go at 10 o'clock?
George went to room 310.
6.
What did George do in room 310?
He helped a patient.
7.
What did Mai do at 10 o'clock? She took patients from the lab to their rooms.
8. Where did Mai go after that? She went to the 4th floor. 9.
What did George do at 11:30?
He prepared rooms on the 2nd floor.
Okay, so that's the end of page 93 in our workbook. After you've listened to it, it might be good to go back and read and do it out loud. You may even, if you have somebody there, you can have one person ask the questions and you can answer, and then they can ask the questions and you can answer, just so you're getting practice reading and speaking, as well as we got practice just a second ago with the writing. Okay, so now we're going to turn to page 'Why is it little? Okay. Page 99 in the student book. This is the one we use in class, right? Page 99. What do we see at there? It's called Rosa's schedule. And a schedule is just, you know, times we do specific things, like either wake up, eat breakfast, or like some of us have work schedules and school schedules, right? So we're going to ask some questions about this schedule. Like the first one, the one in the example box says, where did Rosa go at 8 o'clock? She went to the coffee shop. What did she do there? She ate breakfast. So if we look at Rosa's schedule at 8 o'clock, eat breakfast at the coffee shop. So that answers the questions in the blue box, right? So let's go ahead and do 9:30 together, and we're going to substitute the answers in the 9:30 box for the ones in bold in the blue box up there. So we're going to say, where did Rosa go at 9:30? She went to the 4th floor. What did she do there? She prepared rooms, right? Let's look at 10:30. Where did Rosa go at 10:30? She went to the reception area. What did she do there? She met patients, right? Go ahead and 11:30. Where did Rosa go at 11:30? She went to the lab. What did she do there? She picked up x-rays. Okay, so we're going to stop. Well, let's go ahead and do 1 o'clock, and that way when we come back for part 2, we'll pick up with 2 o'clock on the next side, okay? Where did Rosa go at 1 o'clock? She went to the cafeteria. What did she do there? She met Amy, right? So we're going to pick up with 2 o'clock on part 2. Go ahead and remember to write your name in the comments section so that you get credit for having watched this video.